from 5 to 8 p.m. 25 grand in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 Win Fest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You know Fleet Farm's got everything for everyday life. But did you also know we have the best prices guaranteed every day? Pet food, wild bird food, automotive, hunting, fishing, farming, you name it. All your everyday essentials, all at the best prices guaranteed. And if you happen to find a lower price elsewhere, we'll match it. Any day, every day. Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life at the best prices guaranteed.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ. It's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Man, that was some high-quality baseball. 2-1, nail-biter, well-pitched, timely offense. Kind of felt like October. 37,000 in the stands as well. What a night for baseball as the Brewers take Game 2 and the series from the Guardians. They'll close out the longest homestand of the year tomorrow. They've already guaranteed a winning homestand, and now they have an opportunity to sweep a first-place team. They have an opportunity to go 7-3 on this 10-game homestand and an opportunity to go 10-3 over their last 13 games, all of these games in a row. This stretch started last Tuesday in Atlanta when the Brewers swept the Braves. This is some high-quality baseball we're watching right now. We're watching a team understanding that they are the target in the Central, that they are going to win the Central, and they are a legitimate threat to a 1 or 2 seed here in the National League as we move into the postseason. The Brewers coming into today now with the Dodgers losing, the Dodgers fall to 72-52. The Phillies win, they are 73-50. So there's a few games in hand there, and it gets a little complicated. But by winning percentage, the Dodgers are the 2 seed, and the Brewers are a half game back in standings, but they're really a game and a half back because, remember, they cannot finish tied. We're going to be saying this for the rest of the season. The Brewers cannot finish tied with the Dodgers in record. They have to win outright in order for them to have the 2nd seed, whether it's the Dodgers or the Phillies. And they control their own fate. With the Phillies, they still have 3 more games head-to-head with them. And if the Brewers can find a way to sweep the Phillies, just like the Phillies did to them back in June, then the Brewers would actually claim the tiebreaker, not because of head-to-head, but because of divisional record. The Brewers have the best divisional record in baseball. So these are things that we will be monitoring the rest of the season. As for tonight's game, just enough offense. Gary Sanchez, he was a big topic of today's Brewers warm-up as we were talking about the thoughts of the lineup change and with everything like that. And with the Brewers being able to find a way to use a third catcher finally, use them for a reason, and the Brewers get the job done, to say the least. And then William Contreras, both of the catchers, get the job done today behind Freddie Peralta and his brilliance. 855-616-1620 is the phone number, 855-616-1620. If you want to join us here on WTMJ, want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank also knows how to hit it out of the park. They've been serving businesses in the area for nearly 15 years, offering industry-specific expertise and local decision-making capabilities, all to help your business succeed. It's commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. It's going to burn a break early here. Let's get to some of these texts as well on the other side of the break, and Jerry Augustine going to join us in a moment right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Glass shower doors are beautiful, but the way they used to make them doesn't allow for them to stay looking beautiful for long. And that's because hard water, heat, humidity, and even soap can corrode standard shower glass. But our newest product, ShowerGuard Glass, is different. Its patented technology permanently seals the glass surface against discoloration and corrosion. And with regular cleaning, your new ShowerGuard glass is going to look new for years to come. So if that old glass shower door of yours is ready to go, give me a call about shower guard glass. Now, you can't find this product everywhere, but you can find it at Les's Glass. And with over 30 years of experience installing glass shower doors, you can take our word for it. It lives up to its billing. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Needs to be joined now by Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher here on WTMJ. The Brewers win 2-1. Augie, I mean, this is kind of how you draw it up. No, bullpen going 9 up, 9 down. Freddie going 6 strong, which is 1 run allowed. I don't know where to begin because both performances were equally impressive for me. But I think you do have to start with the ace here, Freddie Peralta. Maybe some folks will see 3 strikeouts and think, what went wrong? But in reality, in my opinion, it's a combination of the Guardians being aggressive and Freddie finally pitching to contact. He still got swings and misses today. He still racked up 10 whiffs today. But at the end of the day, this is the Freddie that we're okay with. If you're going to sacrifice some strikeouts for 6 innings, every single Brewers fan, executive, coach would take that from Freddie.
You know, he got a little bit away from fastball Freddie today. The one thing, if you look at his pitches today, I think you'd have to say secondary pitches played a very important role in the way he pitched the game. But I'm going to step aside, and I'm going to give tremendous amount of credit to Gary Sanchez behind the plate. It looked like from the inning on out, I was sitting right down behind home plate. I had family in town from New York, and we wanted to come to games, so I sat and watched. Just the way he handled Freddie from the beginning. He kept him on a good pace, and he made him throw that breaking ball. He made him throw the changeup, and he made him throw the ball inside and out. He made that backdoor slider effective, and I thought he did an excellent job behind the plate, calling a great ball game and getting Freddie maybe a little bit away from fastball Freddie, like we think like he is. But really located those secondary pitches, and I thought that was the difference in the ball game.
The massive piece was the curveball today.
That's right.
As opposed to the slider is what we've normally seen. And the last pitch he threw today, the curveball that he froze Josh Naylor on, who already took him deep earlier in the game, that was one of the best curveballs I've ever seen him throw. And in that situation, to throw what's arguably your 4th best pitch is kind of defying logic, right? As a pitcher yourself, you would think like, well, I'm facing one of their best hitters. He's already taken me deep. But maybe you kind of outsmart him by going to that deep into the well. What was the game plan, do you think, of that final pitch?
I think it started like, and I said earlier in the game with Gary Sanchez behind the plate. Gary was going to make him go up against a very aggressive team, and he was going to change his pattern. If they looked at Freddie Peralta, they could say, be aware of fastball. He's going to locate his fastball. He's going to get ahead of you, and he's going to elevate the fastball through that 2 and 4 seam fastball up in his zone and try to get you out. But Freddie was different tonight. He went to the breaking ball. He showed fastball in good spots, and then he went to the breaking ball. And I thought as the game went on, I thought in the 3rd inning, I believe it was, Dom, I thought he lost it a little bit. I thought he was kind of finding and searching for it. But I'm going to tell you what, Sanchez behind the plate, if you remember, he called the timeout, he walked out to the mound, and he stayed out there until when? That umpire walked out. That's how long that conversation was. But I think it was a positive conversation to say, hey, you got it, stay with me, be confident. If I put the number down, you throw it. And I think Freddie found that confidence, and he was good thereafter.
And I think some folks, they saw Ramirez steal 2 bases in that 6th inning and think like, oh man, like, is this going to unravel? I personally didn't mind it because, look, J-Ram's got speed, and there's 2 outs of the inning. If Naylor hits a gapper, he's scoring. And then
that's right.
Even when he's on second base, cool. If he gets the third, it doesn't change too much. I know some folks would say, oh, wild pitch, but Freddie had his hands full with Naylor there, who already, again, took him deep. And for Freddie to roll through today, and I thought a big at-bat there, too, like you're mentioning, to Lane Thomas. The 9-pitch battle with him, he ended up losing him after the home run. That was an inning earlier this season I think would unravel from Freddie. He was 1 strike away from ending the frame. Then he allows a 9-pitch single to Thomas and then gets Jimenez to pop out. So it's like that's the inning that would become 2, 3, 4 runs and 35 pitches long for Freddie. He kept that under control tonight.
Yeah, he stayed in that game plan that we talked about. It's getting a little bit away from being fastball Freddie and being able to show the fastball when he needed it. There's a couple times when Freddie reached back and he had a really good fastball, threw it to some really good locations. Sometimes he backed the guy off the plate. Sometimes he pitched the ball off the outside corner. But I tell you what he made with that curveball, what he did with his off-speed pitches, I thought were phenomenal tonight. He showed them. I know there are a couple times, I don't remember the hitter, but he showed change-up a couple times just to give this guy a different look. Now, you go change up with Freddie. Now you got that four-seam fastball with a little hop to it. Boy, that looks like 100. And that's what I thought Freddie did a really good job. A little bit away from his traditional fastball Freddie guy, but secondary pitches tonight definitely played a big role. And I have to give a lot of congratulations to Gary Sanchez of calming him down, staying in it, stay pitching, pace, and rhythm, and he did a great job.
And when you look at, for Gary, I mean, he hasn't caught in 5 days because of the fact that, well, William Contreras just refuses to come out of the order. And we'll talk about the offense in the next segment, too, but for Freddie and Gary to be on the same page like you were talking about, pulling it up right now, you can track this stuff by catcher. Tonight was only the 3rd time that Gary's caught him all year. William's kind of taken pride in it, and there's nothing wrong with William taking pride of being Freddie's guy as the opening day battery. But now we've seen 3 great starts with Gary behind the plate for Freddie. I'm not trying to start a controversy or anything. I'm just saying, like, give Gary some credit here that he's not just the slugger. The dude can catch, and he got the ultimate compliment today in the pregame session with Pat Murphy. The dude's a ball player, and it sounds so cliche. He's more than just a catcher. He's more than just a hitter. And I think what we've seen in these 3 starts with Freddie shows.
He is. And I tell you what, you have to like the way he swings the bat and what he brings to the ball club. But you know what's impressive, and I don't know if you remember it, Dom, early in the ball game, they had a guy steal second base. Mm-hmm. And where did he throw the ball from? His knees. I turned to my son, I looked, I said, did you just see that? A rocket to second base. And the next guy tried to steal, and he threw him out. So, behind the plate, I was impressed by the way he got rid of the ball, the way he handled it, and how he threw the ball. And I think he's just adding another part to this ball club. Now with Christian gone for the rest of the year, he can play such an important part because of his leadership. He's been through it. He understands it. And I think he can play that role that you need from a veteran on this ball club.
He's been fantastic. In the bullpen, I mean, you start to let your mind wander now because Trevor McGill is going to make one more rehab outing. If everything goes well tomorrow, he should be back on this road trip. And all of a sudden, you have options in the back end of the bullpen. Today it was Pyops in the 7th, Koenig striking out the side in the 8th, then Devin in the 9th, didn't even touch Brian Hudson today, didn't even use Nick Mears today. You've got McGill on the way back. You've got a couple of studs in AAA right now with Craig Yoho and Jacob Mizorowski. It's like, you start to imagine here, like, literally everybody can be used in leverage now in this bullpen.
Well, that just makes this team stronger. You look at it, I think the big thing, the question is the starting staff, but the starting staff, when they went up and they made the trades they did, they got exactly what they need. They got guys who can eat up innings, and that's what you need on a ball club like this, because if you eat up innings, you stay close, this bullpen's going to get you there. And I really like the way they went about it. When you look at the way the guys threw the ball tonight, they were aggressive in the strike zone. Sometimes you go out there, it looks like they just don't have that pinpoint control or just not with it. But tonight, I'll tell you what, they saw a 2-1 ball game. They knew how important they were, and they wanted to get it for Freddie. I'm going to tell you what, I thought they were dynamite, and they commanded the strike zone. And Devin is just lights out. He's just amazing what he does each and every night he goes out there.
Last 12 batters faced, he set them down in order. 9 up, 9 down today for the Brewers bullpen as well. A couple of texts here. My goodness, what a clinic by the Brewers staff. They were flat out dealing tonight. This text from Tom. Tom in South Dakota. Best example, the O for the series so far. They've saddled on to Stephen Kwan. His strikeout in the 8th inning, and him at the top of the order is key to the Guardians' success. He's been absolutely MIA in these first 2 matchups. I agree from that text from Tom. Doug, Williams reminds me of the great Dennis Eckersley. Cool and cocky with that changeup. Another gem of a closer. And to the Dodgers, hard to say, but go Cards, because the Cardinals beat the Dodgers, so the Brewers gain a game trying to chase down the top seeds here in the division. And real quick, this texter asking what happened with Jose Ramirez in the 9th. He just barely tipped the baseball in front of the plate, and even though it's not painted in the box, there's the lines in front of the plate that if you field that ball in fair territory, it's a fair ball. Gary was all over it. It had some English on it. He fielded the ball in fair territory, tagged out Jose. He's out, 2 unassisted. Great heads-up play there once again by Gary. Let's talk about the offense coming up next. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620 on WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
At Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, we have finance options for new exterior remodeling projects for almost anybody. And if you have the right credit, we'll beat your bank's rate.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Here's a tip to make your next trip to a foreign destination more enjoyable. Try learning the language. It assists with discovering local spots to visit. Rosetta Stone offers a lifetime membership to all 25 of their languages. Try a little German, learn Japanese or Swedish. You get to prepare with Rosetta Stone. And right now, you can get 50% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Visit rosettastone.com/radio today to purchase and then learn for life. That's rosettastone.com/radio.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
As the kiddos get ready to get back to school, you can find really great back-to-school savings at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. School supplies and some surprisingly cool clothing too. And teachers, you get an additional discount. Get the best back-to-school bargains at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Welcome back. Dom Cotroneo, Jerry Augustine with us. The Brewers win 2-1, just enough offense. Both teams only had 4 hits today. It was very impressive stuff from the crew. I mean, the checklist right now, a season high, 19 games over 500. They're still 10 games ahead in the division. They gained a game on the Dodgers. They've won 4 in a row. They've won a series against the Guardians. They're 9-3 so far in this 13-in-a-row stretch. And they've done it with all sorts of offense, Augie. Tonight they only needed 2 runs, and it was from both of their catchers. We've seen them go nuts in Atlanta. We've seen them go quiet against the Dodgers, then get hot again. This is quite like tonight felt like playoff baseball. Well pitched, tough bullpens, hanging on a razor's edge all night long. And the Brewers are learning as the kids are going to be getting more and more playing time and relying on their pillars like William, like Gary, to get the job done. And it was those 2 veterans that got it done today for the crew, and it all started in the first inning.
It's interesting, Dom, you talk about felt like playoff baseball, and that's what it is. You get to this time of year, and you're going to get games that are a little bit closer to everybody's out to win a ball game, and everybody's trying to win a series. And with this ball club, we talk about it so much that it's someone different every night. Maybe it's one-sided baseball. Maybe it's the hitting goes out and they swing the bat and they score some runs. Then it's the pitching. Maybe it's the starting, and then it's the bullpen. There's so many parts of this ball club that you see that do so many good things. Then it comes in your defense. They probably have the best defense in all baseball. So you add all those things together, you never have to worry about each and every night something not coming through for you that's going to keep you in a ball game. The other night they were talking about possibly going to a 4-game losing streak. They're the only team in the major leagues that hasn't have a 4-game losing streak, and they've got 3. So you see what they're doing. So when you look at this ball club for the rest of the year, their goal is to go out, win series. What do you do? Every series you play, you want to make sure you're better. And when you play inside the division, what do you want to do? You want to win inside the division because then you separate yourself from them. They're in a really good position right now. They're in a position that they understand, and they're just going out and playing sound baseball.
For Gary in the first inning, identifying a hanging slider and ripping it with 2 strikes, he's been tearing the cover off the ball as of late. He's been fantastic in the second half. It was his 8th run batted in since July 20th when he got activated off the IL. He's got more RBIs than strikeouts since coming off the IL, and another hit for him. We sung his praises behind the plate, but I just have a sneaky feeling, even getting the start today against a righty, I have a sneaky feeling we're going to start seeing a lot more Gary Sanchez in the near future.
Yeah, I agree. I think when Christian going down, I think you need that veteran in that lineup. And boy, it was really neat the way, the last few nights we saw the lineup going out where he had Terang, and then he had Cheerio, and then he had Mitchell. But tonight he changed it. And why did he change it? He wanted to get that veteran. He wanted to see what Gary would do in that third slot, and he came through with that big hit. And I agree with you. He got a ball. He recognized the breaking ball up in his zone. He is very good at hitting mistakes up in the zone. He's hit balls, if you make a mistake on the inner half, up in his zone, he'll drive the ball out of the ballpark, but yet he's conscious enough to take a ball that's up and away, maybe a hanging breaking ball, and drive it the opposite way. And boy, when you see a guy like that who's a veteran, who's been around, who has had success, he can only help this ball club. And I agree with you. I think you're going to see a lot of him, and he's going to play a very important role.
William Contreras had the game-winning RBI today. Came all the way back in the 4th inning. Another home run for him on the season. He's got 17. He's got 13 extra base hits here in the month of August. He's hitting .304 in August. He's one-dotting it. He's got an 1159 OPS. All the while, he just can. It's really boom or bust right now, a little bit in a way.
Yeah.
Because he's got 17 hits and 17 strikeouts here in the month in 15 games. But shoot, when you got 13 extra base hits of 17 hits, you're feeling great at the plate.
It's like he strikes out, and he strikes out some really good pitches, but it's like it's an educational part of his game. Mm-hmm. Tonight, early in the game, he struck out on a breaking ball away. The first thing he did, by the time he got outside that batter's box, he turned to the umpire and said, was it a strike? And you know what? He set him up for what? Oh, you make that pitch again, I'm going to hit the ball out of the ballpark. They score a run, he comes up, what does he do? Gets a ball in the outer half, a little pitch on the outer half, up in his zone, goes and takes it, hits the ball out of the ballpark. Just education-wise, just a good hitter that understands the game and understands that people are going to make good pitches to me and they're going to get me out, but I'm going to take it to school. I'm going to take that educational part about it. I'm going to learn from it, and next time up, I'm going to be ready for it.
The Brewers have a spoil of riches, having 3 catchers behind the plate that all can hit for power, that can hit lefties, that can be in there on any given day. They're still trying to figure out the second half of the order. Today they had 3 consecutive lefties, playing sort of a gamble that they would only bring in Herron if they had lost or didn't have the lead and that sort of thing. Very quietly, one of the most important things about these 2 games for the Brewers here against Cleveland is they've scored in the first inning. Cleveland's bullpen is just as good, if not better, than the Brewers' bullpen. You do not want to be behind facing them. Furthermore, knowing what's waiting in the 9th inning with them, with Emmanuel Clase, the fact that they've scored in the first inning, both of these games, to win this series should not be overlooked, because all of a sudden you've got Stephen Vogt's team on their heels trying to make it back up, and their offense has been on shaky ground as of late.
Well, they've been struggling on and off lately, and you see what they had a big lead for, I think, or 6 or 7 games up at one time. Maybe they're up 3 or 2 games now, and you see the way they've been playing. And I think when you play a team like this that's aggressive, they're young, they've got an excellent pitching staff, they play decent defense, and their bullpen is as good as anybody's in baseball. You know what? If they get on that scoreboard early, that just makes them more aggressive. That makes them stay at the mound, stay at the plate, maybe be a little patient, and really attack you. And I think one thing that Brewers has done to this ball club, they get on early, they take it away from them. They put them on their heels a little bit, and then they go and play. And I thought it was huge tonight when Naylor hit the home run. They came right back, and what does Contreras do? Gets that run that inning, go up 2-1. I thought that was huge. Puts them up and puts the Cleveland Indians, or Cleveland Guardians, I should say.
Put one in the jar.
A buck on my part. But the Guardians on their heels a little bit, because this Brewer pitching staff has really been throwing the ball well.
The Brewers are feeling good right now. 19 games above 500. Back with one more segment with Augie after this. Brewers get the win by a 2-1 final here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings. Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Cotroneo.
Decision Wisconsin. Vice presidential candidate Senator J.D. Vance due to meet with members of Wisconsin law enforcement today.
Eric Billstadt.
Millions of dollars in overtime because there's not enough staff. Those are the current situations plaguing the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Yeah, everything's looking pretty good out on the roads. A little wet, but not too bad.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Drive into summer with a beautiful new car from the International Autos Group. Get spectacular savings of up to $20,000, and 0.9% financing is available for 60 months. Every model in our 2,000 car inventory is priced to sell. The International Autos Group, Milwaukee, Waukesha, Sheboygan, and Brown Deer. Or at IAAutogroup.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Financing with approved credit, $1,709 per month per $1,000 financed on select models.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
Solving your breathing triangle problem can lead to better sleep and a better quality of life. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. If you're like me, your home is your happy place, and you spend a lot of time there, and this may have renewed your focus on home projects, let me tell you the company you need to work with. It's the company I trust, CertaPro Painters. Each business is independently owned and operated right here. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They did the work in our house. Absolutely fantastic. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose Happy, choose CertaPro Painters. Exterior painting still getting booked for the summer. Work with CertaPro Painters.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win. They win the series. Things are looking up here in the good land. Hi, everybody. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is with us as well. I want to remind you that Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're waiving their $99 trip fee for HVAC service calls. Visit Cider.com to schedule an appointment before it's too late. That's Cider, SEIDER.com. As we look ahead here, Augie, you get the finale with the Guardians tomorrow, and you've won the season series with them. Doesn't really matter, AL versus NL. But you get the Cardinals next week, and you'll get, likely, judging by the rotation right now, Frankie on Tuesday, Tobias on Wednesday, Savali on Thursday. Looks like you're going to avoid Sonny Gray since he's going to pitch tomorrow for the Cards. All you got to do is win one game. You win the season series, and really kind of put this to bed. You have an opportunity this week not to get ahead of ourselves ahead of tomorrow, but with Colin Ray going tomorrow and with suddenly a stable rotation here, you can start feeling like, okay, if you've got 5 or 6 more starts, let's go ahead and see what you got and start auditioning who would be starting the rotation come playoff time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think once you you see what happens tomorrow and then you go in and play St. Louis. I am always a firm believer that you have to play well inside your division. And winning one game in St. Louis would take the season series from them. But, you don't want to give them anything. You want to go and you want to play hard. You want to continue to go out and play solid baseball. And I think that's the way this ball club thinks. There's no thinking about, say, we're just going to go play a game and see what happens. We're going to go play every game for 27 outs. We're going to give you 9 innings of good, sound baseball, and we want to grow from where we are. We want to get better where we are, and I think we are seeing that by everybody getting healthy. And I think, Dom, you would agree with me that now we got McGill coming back. How's that arrangement going to go to bullpen? How is that starting rotation going? How are you going to go about it? You have a guy like Tobias Myers. Does he figure in? How are you going to figure him in? Colin Ray has been just dynamite last time. Struggled a little bit by throwing the ball over the middle, played a little bit too much and got hurt hurt by the Dodgers. But, it's about getting us set for postseason. You have a great opportunity, but you still have to go and play good, solid baseball. We got a long way to go, and we got to make sure that we stay on that positive note.
The other thing I want to keep an eye on here is when DL Hall makes his next start for AAA Nashville, as he pitched so well against the Reds last weekend, then was optioned to make room for Hudson to return. It was more of a function of the roster, and the Brewers do have a doubleheader, not next weekend, but the following weekend against Cincinnati, so be keeping an eye on him. And again, the rich get richer with their pitching, and if everybody getting healthy at the right time. You're only able to add one arm in September these days. It's not like the old Craig Timber days when you had all 40 guys on the 40-man, but all of a sudden, and Pat Murphy alluded to this, it'll be in the next segment here, that the reason why Freddie Peralta only went 6 innings today is because they know they're going to need more starts from him. And let's be honest, if the Brewers are planning on a long October run, you're going to get 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5 more starts from Freddie Peralta on top of the 6 or so more that he's going to throw more innings than he's ever thrown in his career.
That's right.
And the Brewers are being conscious of that right now.
And I think that's a smart way to go about it. You would let him go out and have him success and let him go through each and every game where he has that success. Today was a little bit different start than he's had in the past. We talked about the off-speed stuff, the secondary pitches, getting a little bit away from fastball Freddie. But, those games are important. Every game he goes out there is going to be important. And I think limiting to what he does. Some games he might only pitch 5 innings, some games 6. Depending on the pitch count, I think you go out there and you use him how you see fit, but he's the one guy that you really have to keep up along with Colin Ray. You have to keep these guys centered and really keep them in a good zone.
That was important for Freddie to get this. Just no other way to really put it. I mean, this was huge for him.
I just like the way he went about it. I tell you what, I was sitting on and watching him throwing his breaking ball and just going, wow, Freddie, get a little bit away from the fastball. I love to see that. I love the way they worked together with Gary Sanchez. But I like when he settled in and he had that little thing, like I told you earlier about that 3rd inning. He looked like he lost it a little bit. He was overthrowing his breaking ball a little bit, that slider a little bit. Boy, all of a sudden Gary went out, came right back. He went right back to it, and he finished. He was solid. At that last inning he pitched, he was solid. He threw the ball very well.
He was fantastic. Jerry Augustine, appreciate you as always, and hope you enjoyed showing some Brewers baseball to your family in town. That you picked a good one for this one.
Well, they're in from New York, and they just had a great time. But, we're getting to this type of season, Dom, where, you're doing this show each and every night. And isn't it fun for you that now we're talking about all of a sudden Gary Sanchez, and tomorrow might be somebody else. The fun of this ball club is it keeps everybody sharp. It keeps everybody involved. It keeps us as trying to bring our fans a good show each and every night to say, hey, you know what? We're gonna go and we're gonna look at someone new each night, see what they've done to us. It makes it a lot of fun here.
They've won back-to-back games despite losing Christian Yelich for the rest of the season.
And that's something.
Some teams would crumble under that.
Not the Brewers.
That's pretty impressive stuff. Jerry Augustine here on WTMJ. Appreciate you as always, my friends. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right, Augie here on WTMJ. We'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, coming up next, right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
Glass shower doors are beautiful, but the way they used to make them doesn't allow for them to stay looking beautiful for long. And that's because hard water, heat, humidity, and even soap can corrode standard shower glass. But our newest product, ShowerGuard Glass, is different. Its patented technology permanently seals the glass surface against discoloration and corrosion. And with regular cleaning, your new ShowerGuard glass is going to look new for years to come. So if that old glass shower door of yours is ready to go, give me a call about ShowerGuard Glass. Now, you can't find this product everywhere, but you can find it at Les's Glass. And with over 30 years of experience installing glass shower doors, you can take our word for it. It lives up to its billing. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including a long-standing commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to treasury management, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Welcome back. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Brewers get the win 2-1. The manager, Pat Murphy, spoke to the media earlier tonight. Highlights coming up in just a moment as well. Here's what the skipper had to say after another series victory.
It's going on 4 days and 4 days again here. So I feel like Freddie's been throwing the ball like that. He hasn't had the best of luck, and he's given up. He's made one or two bad pitches here and there, but I thought he was really, really good tonight. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I'm not shocked. I don't think anybody's shocked what we saw, and it isn't like Freddie struggled this year and then all of a sudden that's it. I mean, Freddie's been taking the ball every time out, every fifth day for a team that's done okay. So I think he's throwing the ball good and gets scrutinized pretty much like he's, supposed to be perfect, but I thought he was really good.
With him throwing the ball as well as he was, what was the conversation about potentially sending him back out there for the seventh?
He's coming off 4 days rest again. We're in a long haul here. There was no consideration of it, and he agreed with it himself. So
it was
big emotional pitch in the last pitch. Like that's now if we give up runs there, you guys are like, "What are you doing, taking him out in that inning?" But when you make that emotional pitch and you get out of that situation right there with a 4-hole hitter who's a really good hitter who homered earlier, it takes a lot out of you. And as a pitcher when that's it. And I don't know how many pitches he was at, but that was it. And our bullpen was really, really good.
It was kind of a different path to success for him a little bit tonight. The velocity was down a tick. He didn't have as many strikeouts. Threw the curveball a lot more too. Right. What did you kind of see from him on those fronts?
Well, he's learning, man. He's learning how to pitch, and he's learning every day what's effective for him and when his fastball has that extra hop and when it doesn't. And he reached back a few times and got a little more, but he was throwing the ball where he wanted to for the most part. When he gets in troubles, when he walks people and things like that, he did the one walk when he got a little quick there in the stretch. But I thought it was a great performance.
Murph, obviously Williams a tremendous hitter. What do you make of the power that he's shown recently and then just this month? I think that was his 6th homer in August.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's got the potential to be a fabulous complete hitter. He's got the potential to be one of the best hitters in the game, and power is part of his game. It's in there, so he didn't, he hasn't changed anything or done anything like. He works very hard, but he's staying disciplined to pitches he wants a little better, and when he get pitches he wants that are up out over the plate or something soft up, he can hurt you.
Because you like to say the homers are thrown, right?
They are.
Yeah.
In a stretch like this with the power, what does that presence mean for the rest of the lineup? What does that do for you guys?
That's good.
Murph, did this one have a playoff feel to it tonight? Low-scoring game, great pitching, timely offense.
It was a good Major League Baseball game. Good Major League Baseball game. That's what it was. And I didn't love a lot of what I saw. There's a lot to pick apart for these young players, and I think we constantly do that without being negative. Just constantly pick apart some things that they can improve on, or where they kind of didn't realize what could have been done differently, that type of thing. But there was some great stuff too. The defense was very, very good, and I think Sanchez deserves some credit too. He doesn't get to catch a lot, and this was a big one. And his double in the first, and Contreras' homer was a huge part of our offense. But Bryce getting on base again. Bryce is having good at bats, and
What's it been like, just from your vantage point, watching Devin come back and be this automatic throughout this week after missing over the first half of the season?
Let you know how really good he is. I mean, he'll have his struggles too. Everybody does, right? This isn't a game of every time out. It isn't that. We watched Ohtani come here and have bouts of struggle. For him, You know, we've watched a lot of the great ones struggle, and I think Devin has come out of the box prepared. He's worked hard for this. I mean, I've been in there every day watching him contribute and be chomping at the bit to go, at the same time sticking to the protocol, working in the weight room, working at his catch play. It's been a long time coming, so I think Devin's primed and ready for his role, which is huge, and a ton of confidence in the room when Devin walks in. So it's it's great for our club. It's funny, he's gotten to face some of the best hitters in the game, like Bam Bam Bam. And it's really cool.
It's no big deal. That's what great closers do. They make it look easy when it's anything but it. A couple of highlights and we'll wrap up the program after this. Brewers win 2-1 on WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hassleus.
If you could spend 1 month anywhere, where would you go?
Easy. I'd go to bed.
I mean anywhere in the world.
Precisely.
You'd spend the entire month in bed?
Specifically, a new Tempur-Pedic from Hassleus Mattress.
Why?
Because I can take 60 months to pay for it. Through Monday, get 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses, plus a $100 MasterCard gift card.
60 months. That means...
You can buy a Queen Tempur-Pedic Pro Adapt Hybrid with ease adjustable base for just $74 a month.
And I get a $100 MasterCard gift card?
Free next-day delivery and employee-free showrooms, too.
So I can try and buy...
With no pushy sales guy.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Searching for a travel agent to book a month-long vacation at Hassleus Mattress.
Enjoy 60 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedics through Monday at Hassleus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at hassleus.com.
Gorgeous new roofs, showstopper siding, or classic brick and stonework. How about modern windows and regal doors that'll make your chin hit the floor? To a lot of people, having these things can really make them enjoy where they live. It makes them proud. But there's always one thing standing in the way. How do I make that happen? At Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, we have excellent financing options for most people in most situations. 12 months, no interest, no payments, and exceptional rates for long-term loans that will beat your bank with no additional fees or hidden costs. You can go to SemperfiRoofing.com to apply for your pre-approval today. We want to make any project affordable to almost any person, and we've gone out of our way to find partners that can help make it happen for you. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Ask about our finance options.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Get
up! This, get up! And this. Time for tonight's highlights. Here's Dominic Cotroneo.
Here on Harry Doyle bobblehead night against the Guardians, Brewers, and Cleveland getting ready to go. Freddie Peralta against Tanner Bybee. And the Brewers open the scoring at the bottom of the first. Leadoff walks always lead to rallies. And with one out, finally back in the order, it's the Kraken.
1-2 pitch. And Sanchez rips one out to left center field. Quan on the run. It's over his head. It'll one-hop the wall. Terang sprinting around third. He's in there. Gary Sanchez with an RBI double, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead here in the first.
Blaine Grindle's call here on WTMJ, but it's not just with the bat. How about the glove, too?
Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw to second. Sanchez got him. Gary Sanchez with a BB of a throw. And Bo Naylor trying to catch the Brewers by surprise. It didn't work. Sanchez throws him out trying to steal second base.
Josh Mauer's call here back in the third inning. Now we fast forward to the fourth. Bo's brother Josh hit a solo homer with 2 outs and 2 strikes to tie the game at 1. No matter, the Brewers have multiple catchers on their roster, and in the bottom of the fourth inning, it was Wild Bill's turn.
On the windup, 1-2 pitch. Drilled to left field. This is trouble. Is it fair? It's towards the pole. It is fair. It is gone. Another home run, William Contreras, and the Brewers are right back in front. That's his 6th home run already this month. 2-1 Milwaukee in the home fourth.
Number 17 on the year as well for William. Then Freddie took it from there. He was fantastic. Left a man stranded in the 5th thanks to a double play. In the 6th inning, he got out of a man on third jam with a strikeout of that same Josh Naylor. Then the Brewers bullpen was nails from there. 3 up and 3 down for Yoel Payamps. He continues his hot stretch in the second half. Then in the 8th inning, Jared Koenig. He got pinch hitter Jonkensky Noel to strike out swinging. He got pinch hitter David Fry to strike out swinging. Then it was the extremely contact-oriented Stephen Kwan.
1-2 pitch to Kwan. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Jared Koenig strikes out the side of the 8th. 1, 2, 3, the Guardians go. To the bottom of the 8th we go. It's a 2-1 Brewers lead.
All that was left was to hand the ball to Devin Williams, and he was once again facing the meat of the order. Will Brennan, he grounded out. Jose Ramirez, he grounded out at the plate on a broken bat nubber that Gary Sanchez fielded, and then once again it was Josh Naylor.
And the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Chopper towards third. Big hop for Ortiz. Picks it. Throws the first in time. And the Brewers have taken the first 2 games of this series against the Guardians. Devin Williams, another 1-2-3 ninth. And the Brewers hold on for a 2-1 victory here tonight in Milwaukee.
Another series win for the Brewers. Peralta earns the win. Williams the save. 9 up and 9 down from this vaunted bullpen. The Brewers improved to 71-52. The Guardians to 72-51. The Brewers get ready to go for a sweep tomorrow now, as it will be right-hander Colin Ray getting the ball against right-hander Ben Lively. Both of these guys kind of have similar approaches. Pitch to contact, multiple fastballs. Nothing really going to blow you away, but both have been very important for their respective clubs. The Brewers also have an off day on Monday, so keep that in mind that maybe you might see some aggressive bullpen usage coming up tomorrow. You can use Devin in a back-to-back. Yes, it would be 4 of his last 5, but you get the guaranteed off day tomorrow. And furthermore, you've got Brian Hudson available tomorrow. You've got Nick Mears probably available tomorrow. I imagine they would stay away from Elvis Peguero given how much he has been used as of late. And another piece of reinforcements are on the way too. Trevor McGill will be making another rehab appearance tomorrow with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And if things go well there, he would rejoin the team, heading for this road trip to St. Louis in Oakland. But first, tomorrow, we're on the air at noon. I've got you covered for Brewers warm-up here on 620 WTMJ. The On Deck show will take over at 12:35. First pitch is scheduled for 1:10, and it should be a fun day at the ballpark as well. Robin Yount, Sunshine's going to be in the house as the kid will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of his incredible rookie season. Really excited to see Robin back in the yard and see all the fans give him the praise that he always, always deserves for the Hall of Famer, for the great Robin Yount. 19 will be back in the house tomorrow. Once again, 1:10 first pitch on the air at noon, and then once again, you can stick around with us. We've got you for Brewers extra innings after the game as well. My thanks to Jerry Augustine for joining us in person and to our producer, Nate Rilling. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Brewers win, and until next time, keep on swinging.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
I-94 eastbound. A semi just came to a screeching stop in the center lane. I think he's broken down right there.
Call me, Debbie Loziga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
On southbound I-94, right around Drexel Avenue, there's a wreck in the left lane, and the left lane is blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning,